I'm Steve with This Week with Cars, and right now I am racing out in Belgium. So I thought I would make a quick video so you guys had something to look at while I'm gone. I thought today that maybe I'd show you around my garage and show you some of my favorite cars. Over here is my vintage race car section. This is a bug-eyed Sprite that I race. My main vintage race car has been this Triumph TR4. And I still have my first vintage race car, which was this Mini Cooper S. One thing with my vintage race cars is I like to have them equipped just like they were in the 60s. So inside the bug-eye, pretty standard. Inside the Triumph TR4, standard gauges. I usually have as much of the interior intact still as I can without compromising the racing too much. All my cars I equipped with these wink mirrors. They really allow you to see everything out there, and I don't like to race a car without them. This Mustang was my first race car. This is the car that I did my first SCCA events with, and then I run it in NASA now every once in a while just for fun. Next to it is my microcar collection. I don't have very many right now. This is my Barkley SE328 that I restored, and next to it a Lloyd Alexander LP600 that I did last year. Looking down the beginning of this row is my TVRs that I've been working on. The first one is a Vixen S2. The green one is a Vixen 2500, and this is a 2500M that I have an early Vixen S2 bonnet sitting on right now. This one is a race car, and we'll see it in a future video. Next to it is my bug-eyed Sprite that's outfitted like a Sebring car. One interesting thing about this Sprite is it still has its original rubber matte flooring. Next to the bug-eye, I have an Nanochi Spider, which is the Italian version of the bug-eyed Sprite. This car has the same drivetrain as a bug-eye. It has a much more luxurious and larger interior than the bug-eye. Under the hood you can see the same 948 that the bug-eye uses. One interesting thing about this drivetrain, even though it uses the drivetrain from a bug-eye, it uses all Italian electrics. It uses Morelli equipment instead of Lucas. Down the line here, these two cars, the 1969 Sprite here, this is my very first car. I bought this car and I started working on it by myself. I rented a little garage across the street from my apartment when I was in college and started fixing it. It was kind of a basket case when I bought it. It had disc wheels in the back, but it still had wires in the front, and it needed a lot of things. But I've done a lot of work mechanically on it, but the exterior is all the same paint and everything that it had when I bought it. The MG Midget next to it is my second car. Unfortunately, I lost a rod bearing in this car, probably 12 to 15 years ago, and I've never gotten around to fixing it, but I have been fixing other things inside of it. I redid the wheels and the tires, and I put a new interior in it now, so I really need to get the engine out and get it fixed. Down here is a couple more Nanochis. These are the S versions. So these have a 1098cc motor instead of the 948 that's used in the 950. Besides that, there's little improvements here and there, but it's mostly the same car. Here's my 66 Ford Anglia that I did up just like the Harry Potter car last winter. A group wanted to rent this from me for their Harry Potter events, so I told them I would do the outside of the car just like it was in the movie. This row right here is some of my more special cars. This is Austin Healey 100, the original one with the 4-cylinder. It's got the fold down windscreen. It's a 356C last year, 1965. And this car has 40,000 original miles on it. My Jensen Healy. Sunbeams are a mark that I really love. Here's my Sunbeam Tiger. These use a Ford small block V8. Next to it is my Asika Bristol, a couple Marcoses, and this row right here is future projects that I'm going to get to. This is a Jaguar XJ6, a Mercedes 230 SL, and an MGA that I got all out of the same barn. When I get back from my trip, I'm going to start working on these and I'll make some videos for you guys. Hope you enjoyed taking a small quick look at my garage. I'll be back later with more features on these cars.